All right, so HMAC or CMAC are very famous. You can use CMAC with AES or in CBC MAC, but you can use SHA-256 with HMAC, but you still might require something lighter. Okay, so this is why we have lightweight MAC standards. Again, at the NIST side, currently we don't have any, but at the IO7 part, we have 3 standards, and these standards are from 2019. Standard number this. So these following 3 algorithms, LightMAC, Chaskey 12, and Tsudik Keymode are 3 lightweight MAC standards, ISO standards. So let's look at the LightMAC first. This was designed by Louis Prenel, Tishauser, and Yosude in 2016. So this is, as you can see, since there is E here and the secret key, this means that there is an encryption algorithm here. So you actually turn your block cipher into a lightweight message authentication code. And idea is as follows. Instead of message blocks here, you also have a counter called Bernstein's protected counter sum. So if you remove the counters and some of the things from this picture, it turns into something called PMAC. So this PMAC is a patented lightweight algorithm, but LightMAC is not covered by patents, and it is based on Bernstein's protected counter sum. So this is why it became a standard. So you put counters to the beginning of your message blocks, you perform a padding at the end, and you perform encryptions here, and provide the tag. So you turn a block cipher into a message authentication code. In the Chaskey, we actually use a permutation, not a block cipher. So this is an efficient message authentication code for 32-bit microcontrollers designed by Moha, Menik, Herwege, and Watanabe, Prenel, and Verhabe in 2014. They claim that this is 10 times faster than AES 128 CMAC, which we have seen in the previous slides, on ARM Cortex-M. Okay. This top image is for when the message length is a multiple of block size. Okay. And the bottom one is the one where actually it should be the converse, right? The bottom one should be the case when your message length is a multiple of block size. When it is not, you perform this padding. Okay, so the same thing, but in this picture, you have a secret key, you have a permutation pi here, you perform these operations, then choose another key K2, but this K2 is derived from K. Also, this K1 is derived from K. It is just to separate these 2 domains, okay? Because if you don't do that, the padding might also coincide with the block where the end looks like a padding. So in order to avoid it, there is a different keys used here. So this permutation operation is somewhat faster than AES encryption. This is why they claim that it is 10 times faster than AES. So let's look at inside this pi. So this permutation is very simple. As you can see, we have modular addition, XOR, rotations, and that's it. So if you repeat this process 12 times, then the algorithm called Chaskey 12. So 12 times applied version is the standard. Okay. So it is very simple, but it is faster than AES. So in the lightweight world, if you need something faster as a message authentication code, Chaskey is a very nice example. So let's go back. Our first standard was LightMAC. We had a block cipher here. Our second standard was Chaskey. We have a permutation here like this. In the third one, we are going to use a hash function. And it is a very, very simple design. Sorry, before moving on, let me give you the Chaskey performance results from the designer. So they compare it with AES 128 CMAC. So on a, as you can see, Cortex M0, M4 benchmark. So the speed is provided by cycles per byte. So lower is better. It determines how many cycles you need to process 1 byte. ROM size, again, smaller is better because you need to spend as small as memory as you want. aim is to have something small. So in this table, they provide speed optimize. So speeds are large compared to AES. The speed is really good, but ROM sizes are large. But if you optimize the size, as you can see, the now you require very little amount of memory, but your speed also becomes somewhat slow, right? Not that much visible, but again, it depends on the implementation. So on 32-bit microcontrollers, this is a very good option. Yeah, I said that the third one actually uses Tsudik Keymode. This is the third IOC standard. So as you can see, this is a very, very old algorithm developed in 1992. If you download the PDF of the paper, you will realize that it belongs to a different age. So it uses a hash function instead of a block cipher. And idea is very simple. Security depends on the security of the used hash function. So if you use a good hash function, in other words, a hash function that provides cryptographic properties like preimage resistance, second preimage resistance, and collision resistance, then this approach is secure. You can look at the design as this. So this is the algorithm, as simple as that. So you have the secret key, which you use for authentication. The person you are communicating with also has the secret key. So what you do is as follows. You write the message here, concatenate your secret key to the end of it, then take the hash of this result and say that this is your tag. So you send the message together with the tag. The person who receives the message, concatenate key to the end of it, calculate the hash, and check if the tags are coincides. So we say that this is secret suffix because the secret information key added at the end. But you can change the places of these two things like this. Then this is secret prefix. So this is also Tsudik Keymode, but a hash function is now turned into a message authentication code because you hide the secret information inside this message. So an attacker has the message, has the tag. So they have to try, for instance, keys here by a brute force attack and check if the tag matches with that one. So in order to do this, since this is not a block cipher, your key length is not fixed. So you can choose key as like 500 bits if you want. So that will give you 500 bit security at the end. So a very simple design. So if you have a very fast hash function, then this is very simple. And since we already have seen lightweight hash functions, so it will be nice to use Tsudik Keymode and put here not SHA-1 or SHA-2, but use something like Spongent and obtain a very, very fast lightweight message authentication code.